Right, Swanny.
Verskoon tog mevrou, dis kaptein Hoendertjie Greiling. Hy het griep en die man is dood.
Wat?
Vermoor, mes. My dank meneer Barrington Smith. Nee, jy moet nie.
Wie woon by Anderson Laan 165?
Hoender met die rooi skoene, a Koos Roots film, is a very unusual, funny and clever, mysterious Afrikaans film filled with unexpected twists and turns. The story is about Bonnie, the receptionist, who finds herself in a sticky situation whilst chatting away on the phone. As per usual, her boss is a very successful, well-known businessman who gets murdered, leaving you with many unanswered questions. We chat to Liz Meyering, and it's like Marie, it's Larry Britt Burke. Welcome to the studio.
You are
It's like Marie, it's Larry.
Yeah.
Let's quickly, this Hoender met die rooi skoene, what a funny title. What is that about?
If we tell you who the chicken with the red shoes is, as red as your tie,
Yeah.
we're giving away something of the plot.
Exactly, yeah.
But what is unique about this movie is how often have you seen a South African murder mystery whodunit comedy thriller?
What is it about Afrikaans films at the moment, Larry, that everybody loves? I mean, if it's not great rom-coms, it's great war dramas.
Yeah.
Now it's, I think, maybe the first for the country, whodunit.
Yeah. No, definitely. The genre is so new. And because it was also made by Koos Roots, he's a legend. But I think the whole thing about the Afrikaans film is the Afrikaans community is so loyal towards Afrikaans film, and they just love it because there's a lot of the stories they can associate with, and it's not just Afrikaans people, it's South Africans. Yeah. It's South Africans, it's telling
And
local
it's well
stories.
told. That's the other thing. It's
Exactly,
beautifully told. Who's Bonnie?
Me.
Yeah, who's Bonnie in this
Bonnie?
character? She's a receptionist.
Okay, Bonnie actually lives a little life. She's the receptionist to this famous impresario who represents very famous singers. And Bonnie she is obsessed with murder mystery stories, crime fiction, thrillers, murder stories, all of those things. So in her tiny little world, she creates this world of amazing imagination. She can wax lyrical for hours about weapons and what would create the cleanest wound and what would create the most blood.
Yeah.
But when her boss staggers out of his office with a knife in his back and collapses, she faints. All of a sudden, she's not that brave.
Have you got to work out who did it?
Yes, you've got it.
You've got
It's so cleverly
Yeah.
done. It's funny, but it's delicate comedy. It's got all the wonderful textures of South African humanity in it. It's like Fellini van die Vlakte, you know? And you really have to work out who did it.
Yeah.
And your character?
I play a very interesting character. Her name is Roxy Roos. And she's an interesting lady in the office. But that's also, I think, a character unfolds when you watch the film. So
You think she's just the sex pot in the movie, you know? Because I mean, look how gorgeous Lily is.
I don't know how to put it politely.
There's more.
Yeah.
And that's the wonderful thing about legendary filmmaker Koos Roots, is that
That there's
every-
layers.
Layers.
Exactly.
No cardboard characters. You know, people don't understand. Koos Roots must have done about 120 features, locally and internationally. He has worked with the biggest names in the entire world. We don't often credit our creatives in this country.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, no, definitely.
Comedic timing. It's probably one of the most underrated things because I've always heard people say, when you want to do something funny, you can't act funny. You've got to act it straight.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the truth.
The character at that stage, in that situation, does not think they're funny. Think about people in a crisis. They don't think it's funny. And you know what's interesting about comedy? It also often doesn't get its respect in South Africa. All South Africans cry about the same things. All people around the world cry about the same things.
Everybody's crying about Donald Trump at the moment. Everybody.
But we don't laugh about the same things.
For sure.
Because what is culturally funny in one situation or one group is a
Wouldn't work,
taboo in another. So to get an entire country or an entire world to laugh,
It's a difficult thing.
Talk to me about this cast, because you know sometimes when you see something, you've got to realize that I don't know if it was set up from the beginning, but there's a magic here.
No, there's an absolute... I think the cast was very particularly picked. And when Koos, he's an absolute master of casting his films. And for me, as I think I was the youngest on set of the cast, and I worked with all of these veteran actors. I mean, they're legends, they're absolute legends, and they become more than just an actor, they're mentors, and you learn from one another, and it's just a privilege. So I think that was a beautiful magic. It just worked. It was
There's
a
a
beautiful
chemistry.
system.
As a director, Koos taught me that
Yeah.
when I was young. He said, do dressing room casting. And I said, no, what do you mean? It should be about the talent. He said, good talent is not difficult.
Yeah.
Don't pick, they have nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't pick prima donnas because they'll sour the entire situation.
Talking about young, you've been in this for a minute. You've been here around for a very long time.
33 years this year. Almost 2,000 productions.
Wow.
I've been around.
Are you in the Guinness Book of World Records?
I'm
Not
sure
yet.
She should be. She
Or
should
maybe
be.
at least in the essay records or something. Okay, that's the cast of a movie called Huner met die rooi skoene. Quick question from my producer actually. Is it in subtitles for those that
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It is.
And
So
the 27th.
it caters for everybody
And I
then.
must
It
tell
does.
you, these subtitles are the best South African subtitles I've ever seen. It's not just a literal translation.
Yeah.
It's an emotive,
Wow.
figurative translation.
Maybe, who knows, next time we'll have an award for the best subtitles.
I think they should be. Because you know what? It's a skill.
Yeah,
It
that is a
is.
skill.
It's
So,
definitely.
like chicken with the red shoes. Okay, that's the cast of Huner met die rooi skoene. It's Liz Mating and Marie Burke talking to us. You got a very interesting name.
I do,
Yeah.
I do. My
Okay.
father's creativity.
Yeah, your father's creative. The movie will be released nationwide on the 27th of January. Come on, let's get behind this film. Bring your family, bring your friends, get your enemies, and let's go watch it together. We'll take an ad break.